you guys, welcome back to another vlog. Obviously, you're with at Kelsey Alex __. Make sure you're following on all platforms. So y'all, it's been a while since I've really sat down and done a vlog. However, we're back again. We're so freaking back. So this is just gonna be me getting ready, just doing like a soft, simple glam makeup vlog just to get back into vlogging. And as my birthday approaches, we're like 15-16 days away, we'll keep vlogging because I did kind of take a vlog break. So let's get ready. Okay, so first I'm going in with my Glossy moisturizer. So I'm just going to put that all over my skin just to give it a good barrier in between this, the primer, and the makeup. So let's get into it. Okay, and I'm just applying this just about everywhere. I'm not going to do much on the forehead area. Just a little, and then mostly under the eye and on the face. I want to make sure I get in all my creases and lines so that it is filled and moisturized. Okay. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm going to let it aerate a little bit, and then we're going to go in with our NYX primer and like look at the glow just from the Glossy moisturizer. Love it. Gotta have it. Gotta keep that skin hydrated. Period. Okay, so now we're putting on our NYX face glue just so we have a little bit of primer to adhere the makeup to our skin. If it'll come out. I got a little bit out on that side. Okay. And this product's a little bit thicker, so it's going to actually hold and give you that stick. And like I said, I mix mine with moisturizer. So I do moisturizer first, and then I do this just to give my skin a really good barrier for the makeup. So you'll have a glow, but it'll also adhere. So we love that. I can already visibly see it. Good. Okay. All right. So we feel good about the primer. We feel good about the primer. So now we're gonna, while we're letting it aerate, we're gonna start working on our eyebrows. So first things first, I'm gonna use my Combat Gel Brow Gel, which is an extreme hold brow gel just for your brows. And I usually just use the end of my makeup brush, the little spoolie part. So I just kind of dip into it. As you can see, I've been using it. So I just dip into it, and then let me zoom in a little. I back comb my brows like all the way back so that there is enough product in there. Then I do the other one too. And like while it's back combing, I'm giving it a chance to kind of like aerate a little bit, because with pomade you need that air to get to it. And then I just go in and I start to brush and kind of pomade them down just like you would do your edges in a sense. So I pomade them down. And then I do the other one. But I like to back comb just to make it super tacky first. And then just go in and brush them down. So boom. And then every now and again, I will kind of like do this kind of number just to like give them a little bit of shape before I start to use the pencil. So yeah, that's that. So let's zoom out. And we're going to start our brow fill. Okay, so we let our brows kind of pomade down a little bit, and now we're about to go in and use our Morphe brow pencil to fill in our brows. This is in the shade Java, and it's the micro crayon pencil, and I get this when I shop at Ulta. So we're going to use this to start filling in our brows. So let's get into it. Okay, so I've already start to fill them in just a little bit. And you can see that pomade has set. You have to let that pomade set before you go in with your pencil, just so that you're able to actually draw and fill without it not showing up. So that product has to be completely dry. All right. So I'm just penciling it out and shaping it out to my desire, which is usually like around here. And then I go in with my brush, which today I'm using my Moda brush. And this is the Moda Broomer. The Moda Brow Groomer brush. So we're going to use that to kind of like work our product in. So in the front, I just kind of like feather it away. And just give it a softer look. And then on the rest, we go in and we kind of like blend that product so that it's just even all throughout the brow. And that's usually around the point where I stop with this and I go in and use my brow pen. So that's what we're going to do. So this is the brow pen I use. I get it off of the TikTok shop. It's by iMethod. And it's in the shade brown. It has 2 ends to it. I prefer to use the double end. I don't know if you can even see that. Yeah, the double end. And I just go in and I feather in some. My hair kind of grows back further, so I just feather in some hair-like strokes. So let's do that. All right. And so as you can see when I do that, it just kind of gives like more hair illusion effect since I don't have much brow hair on this part. So let's go ahead and fill in the other brow. And then we're going to go in and do hair like strokes on that one too. Okay, so now we're going to get into part of my favorite part of the process, and that's where we're going to fill in our underbrow and kind of like taper and clean them up. So I'm using, again, a Moda brush. This is the pointed lip brush. However, I love how this brush is, so I use it for my brows. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to start with this right brow. And we're gonna clean it up real quick. Okay, so we filled in our underbrow a little bit. And now I'm just gonna go in and kind of like just work down that concealer. Just so that it's fully blended and not clumpy under there. Okay, so that is the underbrow. So let's do the underbrow of this one. And I kind of flatten out the tip of my brush just a little bit because I want it to have that defined shape. So we get some product on there and let's get to it. Okay, so now is where I do a little bit of blending just under my underbrow and in the middle part, just to my likening. So I kind of blend where we use the pen, the brow pen, blend underneath. I kind of like pull upwards a bit. Okay, so now we're gonna do the upper brow. So I use the same brush, but we're gonna use a different color. This was Born This Way in the shade Cookie. So we're gonna grab another shade. Okay, so we're gonna use the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Chestnut, and we're gonna use that for the upper brow area to carve that out using the same Moda brush. So let's get into it. Okay, so we've done our upper brow and we've blended it out. So now we're gonna do the other brow and get that one fixed up too. Okay, you guys, I had a quick music and Chick-fil-A lemonade drink break. So now we about to get right into it. I've already done my primer. I've already done my my moisturizer, then my primer. So we're just about to jump right into complexion. I'm not gonna do anything but a basic bronzer eye today. So we're just gonna keep it simple and go ahead and jump into face. So let's get into it. Okay, so to start complexion, I'm going to do bronzer. This is e.l.f. bronzer in the shade Deep Intense. So you can find this at most of your locals or your Ulta type store.
Had it just like that, had it right on track, and I keep finding never had thoughts that control me until something bad left me so lonely, and I want it back. I want the old me. I'm trying to forget, but things just remind me. There's a million things I could say, but you never really knew them. But you never really knew I felt this way. Wanna take it back to.
All right. Oh, nothing. Just choking and dying. Nothing a little lemonade can't fix. Okay. So we've got our bronzer on in the places that I normally put it in. So now we're about to blend it out. And we are going to use a Moda brush. This is the Moda Complexion brush. Okay. So I'm filming in both places. So if there's ever a delay and it's like, what the fuck? I'm on my phone doing it too because I have to get multiple angles for multiple platforms. Okay, so just get into it, get with the vibes. Okay, let's do it. Let's blend it. Okay, so basically we blended that first half. Now we're about to go ahead and blend that second half. And everybody has their bronzer placements. These are mine. Keep in mind, like, we have more steps to add. And keep in mind, I got a big forehead. So if we keep all of that in mind, it's all gonna make perfect sense to everyone. So if your forehead's small, then obviously this ain't how you're gonna bronze yourself. You're gonna bronze yourself a little bit differently, which is cool. Everybody's invited to the party. Just everybody's got different ways in which they're gonna do their own. Okay, so anyway, so we got that. So I'm pretty much bronze where I like to be. We're not done with bronzing, but we're done up until this point. So where we're gonna go in and add some blush and some concealer and all those good things. Okay, so I'm using two concealers. I'm using the Born This Way Ethereal, which is an illuminating concealer, and then just the regular Born This Way in the shade Cookie. So I'm gonna show y'all the placement and where we put that. so we've got our concealer on. Keep in mind, like I said, we use 2 different shades. In the ethereal, I use the biscotti, and in the regular, I use the cookie, which just so happen to both be like cookie flavors. So anyway, I'm just gonna let that aerate for a second. I usually have my little fan, but I don't know where it's at. So anyway, while we're letting that aerate, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out our liquid blush that we're gonna use so we can get into it and start blending. Okay, so we're gonna actually not use a liquid blush. I changed my mind. We're gonna do the blush cream by Juvia's Place. This is in the shade Wild Rose, and it kind of looks just like the sticker. It's kind of like a pinky vibe. So let's apply. Okay, so which brush am I using? So I am using another Moda brush. This is a glow brush, and I'm gonna go in and I'll just start to apply my blush. Okay, so it is a cream product, so we're gonna kind of let it adhere just a little bit while we go in and blend out our concealer to meet it so that it will all start to make sense. And I'm just using a regular powder puff thingy that I get from the beauty supply store. Okay. So we've blended our concealer. So now we gotta kind of go in and re-hit it with the bronzer to kind of like bronze up our corners into our blush area. So I'm gonna do that really quick. And it's a piece of hair. Don't like that, hate that actually. Okay. So just again, blending our blush and all those good things all together here. And now we're gonna go in with a little bit of foundation and just like a couple of more things to like round out our face and finish it up, because right now we look crazy. But if you do your makeup often, then you know it takes a few steps just to get to that finishing point, but we're on our way. Okay, so I'm gonna use, I've been needing to use the rest of this Face Tape foundation little sample that I got. I'll probably go ahead and get the big one too since my birthday is coming. But anyway, this is in the shade Deep Golden. It is the Face Bond Shape Tape foundation, and it's one of 2 that I use, but love so much. And I didn't do a lot, as you can see. I just kind of like smear a little bit on. Don't mind me and using the word smear, but yeah. So I'm just gonna go in and kind of massage the foundation in and also bring it up to meet our blush area. Also, we're just covering up the area that we've bronzed, because the whole point is it's going to illuminate under your foundation and you'll be able to see exactly where you did that contouring. That's the whole point, you know. Everything builds into the perfect shape and the perfect look, but it just takes a little building type stuff. Okay, so we got our foundation in there. And again, sometimes you have to bring that bronzer back when you take it away. So you'll just use the remaining that's on the brush to make that happen. And I think I'm at a pretty good point. I'm going to add a little bit more concealer just like underneath my eye area here, just to give it a second layer of coverage. As you can see, that's already giving it a little bit more coverage. And we'll let that sit a bit and then we'll blend it out. Then we're gonna just kind of like jump right into our powder product since we're not doing eyeshadow today. And start closing this look out. I didn't want it to be that long, like just like a 20 to 30 minute makeup vlog. I'm spending more time editing and doing the theatrics of the vlog than I'm actually doing my makeup. So hopefully this will be an easy, simple routine for you guys. So now we're gonna go in with our blendy sponge and we're gonna kind of like blend out this lighter concealer. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a powder blush, you could say, but it has a little bit of iridescence to it. Don't ask me how I lost the top, but look how pretty that is. This is the Extra Dimension blush by MAC in the shade Rosy Cheeks. Really love it just because it has that metallic-y, so girly vibe. And it gives you that super pink look, but it also gives you a little bit of a shimmery iridescence. Perfect for the girls who love pink like me. Okay, blend. Not a lot, but a good amount to just get on there. And I can already see that shimmer coming through. So I think we're at a good stopping point. What we did not do is we did not blend our, do our bronzer on our cheeks. So let's do that now. Which I told y'all I'm using the Juvia's Place bronzer. And I'm just going to kind of go underneath where I applied my blush. And I'm using the bottom one for this part. And I'm just kind of like going underneath the blushed area just to give it a little bit more color. And that just kind of like pulls it together. My hair is like in the way. I don't know, but I'm going to be taking this hair down and redoing it probably tonight. And then I just go in at the upper temple area and just add some warmth that we likely took away when we used foundation to even everything out. So we're just gonna blend that back just to kind of like close us up. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little bit of under eyeliner and mascara, and then we're spraying it down. This is like gonna be the glam. The lip is what's really gonna pull it together, but this is gonna be our simple glam look. Okay, so we've pretty much smoked out the under eye. I'm gonna bring it into the corner just a little bit. Okay. Just to kind of give me a little smoke in the corner. I'm not going to mess with my upper lashes, especially because I got somewhere to go and I don't want to be bothered with it tomorrow. But we are going to add a little bit of mascara on the bottom. Okay, so we pretty much have our bottom mascara on. And I'm telling you, the bottom mascara makes a big difference, okay? If you wear bottom mascara, you a bad bitch. Because it makes a big difference in your overall look and your overall, you know. Okay, so now we're actually about to spray this down and get into a lip. Okay, so we just completely sprayed it down with our Sports Fix Revolution. Sometimes I mix it with other ones, but I really don't have much to do today, so I don't know if I'm the only one that does that, but I use my setting spray based off how much hold I need. I don't need much hold for this look, so we're gonna use the Sports Fix. It still gives a lasting hold and a firm hold, but it's not giving like the expensive designer brands, like, but it's still good for $10. Okay, so that's the one I just used. So we're gonna let that set down and we're gonna work on our lip. Okay, music break. Let's get back into it. So we're about to do our lippy combo. No, my hair got a little wet from the hairspray. I don't know. But anyway. So okay. So we're using our MAC Chestnut. And we're about to go in and line our lips. Hold on, let me make sure it's sharpened. I think it's sharpened, but let me just double check and make sure it's sharpened. Okay. So now it's sharpened. So let's do it. Okay, so now I want a little bit of a darker line, so I'm going to use my Night Moth by MAC as well, just to kind of darken it up a little bit. Okay, and just to explain, the reason why I use Chestnut and Night Moth, which are super close, but not the same, is because Chestnut gives you that really oaky brown that I love, but Night Moth brings in that warm burgundy red wine, and when you mix them together, it's perfect. So they did create a new color called Root for me. MAC did, and that color is pretty much a combination of the two. So if you're a person who who doesn't normally wear them separately, then of course you could get Root for me, but I wear these separately, excuse me, pretty often. So it's best for me to have them separately so that then when I'm ready, I can combine them together, especially with this fall look. So that's what we're doing. So we've blended both of them together and kind of like done our vibe. So now we're gonna go in with our actual lip color that we're gonna use, that we're gonna start with, which is Honey Love. I'm gonna start with Honey Love by MAC. This is a matte cream lipstick. It has a matte finish cream vibe, and I'm just going in the middle section. Okay, you guys, so like I said, we're going to amplify this lip look just a little bit. And if you hear things in the background, oh, nothing. That's my dog rolling around on every single piece of the couch cushion, enjoying herself and enjoying the life of a stay-at-home dog, okay? So if you hear that, that's what's going on back there. And yesterday, we had to take her to the ER to yet find out there was nothing wrong with her. She was fine. She just had to poop. So I don't want to talk about it. They had to leave work yesterday. I had a total breakdown because I'm thinking the worst that could happen to this dog. Like, I'm thinking she might DIE. Like, I don't know what's going on, but she was just so ill and so sick. So take her to the doctor, whatever. She sees other dogs. She starts feeling fine. We wait still because now we're here. We've made an emergency appointment. The doctor thinks the dog's DIE and all this kind of stuff. Okay, we get in there. This is after she took a poop before we walked in, so she was starting to feel good. This is after like 24 hours of not pooping. So she had pooped right before we got in, so she was a little bit more active. And then she pooped when we left. They gave her pain medicine and stuff because her back was like hunched up. But I'm guessing she was so full of shit, literally, that her back was hunched up and hurting. So anyway, she released all her poop problems and she's feeling much better today. However, she's still just kind of like lounging around. She's playing, but she's just like lounging around too. So anyway, that's what you hear in the background, long story short. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with which most of the writing has rubbed off of this, but this is the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Nude, and this is actually the nude that I like to wear pretty often. It's a Nude 3, and I just go in and I apply it just like in that middle section of my lip because I love a super light nude. As you can see, it gives it that super milky nude vibe. And that's what I love. And you can achieve this with a gloss. However, because I've already used a cream Honey Love, which gives me that creamy texture, when I apply the matte Danessa, it pretty much just kind of like mattes it a little bit, I guess you could say. Like, it gives it that matte look, so it stays matte. So now we're about to go in and apply our finishing gloss to like finish off the look. Now, every day is not a I gotta wear lip gloss day with my lip combo vibe, but I'm a girly who always loves just a little bit of shine somewhere in the look. So that's what we're about to do now. So we're gonna go in, and first we're gonna add, this is the Fenty Gloss Bomb in Hot Chocolate. I got this in a combo off a TikTok shop. So if you're my friend on TikTok, then obviously you can shop this in my showcase. But basically, I take the hot chocolate and I go around the outer rim of my lip. So I'm going to show y'all how I do it. So I don't do a lot, but as you can see a little bit of shine there. That's exactly the level of shine I like around the outer rim of my lip. And then I go in, I don't like it super glossy, but I use my Made by Mitchell. And it pretty much gives me that light, milkshakey, anyway, vibe. This is in the color Cream Dream. You can also get this on TikTok Shop. That's what it looks like. And I just apply a little bit in the middle. So see, it's not like super glossy, but you have like those glossy ends just to kind of like give it a full done look. The middle part, I love how nude it is. I cannot live without this Made by Mitchell, so he better not ever stop making the Cream Dream lip gloss. So anyway, so now I guess I can say, besides putting my glasses on so I can actually see good, this is the final glam. So yeah, besides throwing my glasses on like I normally do, this is the final glam. I've literally done beginning to end with y'all. Besides some light editing that I'll have to do, this is the look. And I'm gonna show y'all with my glasses, but I'm gonna take them right back off. So this is me. This is how I normally look. I wear glasses. This is one pair of them, but I have a bunch. And I just match them based off how I wear my outfits. So this is how I would normally look with my glam. Like boom, 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 about to start my day. But for content purposes, I don't have the glasses on because I'm going to take more pictures so y'all can truly see how the glam worked out and how everything turned out. Okay, so but this is it. I'm gonna link as many products at the bottom of this vlog that I can, but I do want to add that it is November the 11th, meaning that your girl's birthday is loading. The countdown has started. I don't have many plans this year because I really ain't been in the spirit. And I mean, we do celebrate our birthdays every year, so every year don't have to be so turned up. But anyway, I do have plans for it, but I don't know if I'm gonna follow through with them or not, because I just have not been feeling it. So we will see. But the countdown continues no matter what. Your girl gonna get lit no matter what. We gonna be outside no matter what state I'm in or where I go or what plans I do. I'm still gonna enjoy life and enjoy my birthday because it's another year. So as long as I make it to my birthday, you will be seeing your girl have some sort of fun, some sort of good vibes, okay? So again, it is November the 11th. Oh, that's me. November the 11th at 3:38 p.m. And my official birthday is November 27th, okay? So get into it. She's a Thanksgiving baby this year, which y'all know if you're a Thanksgiving baby that it jumps around throughout the year. So sometimes it's on Thanksgiving and sometimes it's not. But your girl is a turkey this year. I was born a turkey, which means like on my actual birthday, when I came into this actual world, I was born on Thanksgiving Day. And now here I am a few years later, still it came back around. So it's my birthday again on Thanksgiving Day. So I'm definitely going to be eating, having the biggest bag I can make room for. Probably going to cook a little bit, but then I'm probably going to celebrate that following weekend. So anyway, done yapping and getting on y'all nerves. I do have some content to film, but I'm trying to figure out if I want to film it or not because I just sat here and did this whole vlog. Now tomorrow's gonna be a pretty dope day because we're doing, what's today? Yeah, tomorrow we're filming confessionals for Nextville, which is the local reality show I'm on in my hometown. And yeah, I can't wait to explain more of that to y'all. It has not been officially been released yet, but it will be soon. And I'll give y'all all the information y'all need to be able to catch me and all the girls and stuff on the show. So tomorrow is confessional day, and we're going to be filming a standard confessional just like you would see on any other show you watch. So that'll be fun. Another reason for me to turn out a look and do my makeup and do my hair. So probably tonight I will be creating more of a mess than I have now, because literally behind me it looks like shit right now. Because we had to clean everything out of our closet. We took every single piece of everything out of our closet and went through everything. So now we're just trying to like sift through what we have and don't have. But for inside, we're wintertime hoodie people. So we have like 6 large containers of hoodies. And it's like, babe, we've got to like go through these hoodies and like narrow it down to 3 containers. Like 6 is crazy. So anyway, been doing that. Lots of mess behind because I just pulled everything out to the living room. But anyway, I said I was gonna stop yapping, but I ain't stopped yapping yet. But anyway, make sure as usual y'all like, follow, subscribe at Kelsey Alex __. Stay locked in with your girl on Instagram, on TikTok, even on Facebook. I have a lot of platforms, but there's only so many that I'm active on. But you can catch me on all of those platforms. I try to keep them as updated as possible, but most definitely tap in with me here on YouTube and on TikTok. And again, that's at Kelsey Alex __. Let me spell it. At KELSEY ALEX __. That's me. Okay, so thank y'all for joining me for another vlog. I'm gonna get some clips of tomorrow or whatever, but I don't know if I'll have enough content to do a full vlog. But I am gonna get some clips of our confessionals tomorrow, because I absolutely want y'all to see my confessional look, which I'm still trying to pull together. I don't know what the fuck I'm wearing. So anyway, I had a look in mine. I don't know if I'm gonna wear it. Can't find my shoes that I want to wear with it. Like I said, I debunked my whole closet. Still can't find my shoes, which are probably the most expensive pair of shoes I own, and I can't find them. So I'm really pissed about that. But anyway, I'm going to take some final little pictures so that we'll have some for the cover. Thanks for tuning in to our makeup vlog and our yap session. And I'll be back again. But like I said, we're so back. We're so back to vlogging. We're so back to being on YouTube and doing what we're supposed to be doing. And thank you to the 700 something plus people who subscribed recently. Love yous guys. Thank y'all for tapping in. I'm gonna get more active on here like I was before, especially that it's almost Sagittarius season. So prepare to see more of this face and hear more of this quirky little voice because we're so back. Okay, peace.